On paper, I've made a huge life change. I moved to Spain. I found an apartment and I've started over, turned a new page. From the outside, it looks transformational. But here's the truth. Inside, I found myself slipping right back into old habits. Television shows, video games, and staying home. So the question I ask is, why does external change feel like progress when the harder work is actually internal? Hey everyone, welcome back to Wayfarer. I did it. I made it to Spain. I'm shooting this video from my new apartment in Málaga, Spain, where I now live. And I gotta say, it's a pretty exciting feeling. The past 2 weeks have been jam-packed. Apartment hunting, showing my family around the city, and unfortunately, overcoming an illness. But I can safely say I'm settled in, I'm feeling better, and the kitty cats are doing just fine. Now that things have calmed down, I've noticed something. I'm falling back into old habits. Things that make me feel comfortable, whether it's reading my favorite book, playing a good video game, or just watching a television show. Anything that makes me feel comfortable and safe. And it got me thinking, who do I want to be in Spain? What does Evan look like in this new environment? Is it similar to the person I was living in my home country, in my old city? Or is this an opportunity to dig deep and to look at elements of my life that I've never really stopped to consider? Now, there's a famous Stoic philosopher called Seneca, and I'm going to butcher this quote, but it goes along the lines that external change in environment does not equate to internal change. And this goes in line with the idea of a fresh start, changing a new city, job, environment, or otherwise, even just changing the way your room is set up. It feels like a fresh start on paper. It feels like we're a different new person. But the reality is, unless we examine our habits, routines, and belief structure, we won't make lasting change. It will just be a temporary external change. We fall back into old habits that make us feel comfortable and secure. It's the reason why novelty feels so good, right? When we go on a new vacation to somewhere new, when we do new activities, when we explore a new hobby for the first time, we get those good feelings, the dopamine from doing something novel, and it feels like we're different. As I recently read in The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, it's that big change does not happen all at once, nor does change happen when we go through shock changes like moving to a new country. It happens via micro shifts. These are actions and changes to our everyday behavior that compound to form new habits and new way of doing things in our life. So the reality is, I still have a lot of work to do if I want to continue to change and improve my life in a way that feels meaningful and aligned with values and beliefs that I currently have, as well as those that I am seeking to better understand. Again, on paper, friends and family see that I've moved to Spain, right? I can post on social media, I can text people, call people, tell them all about it. And on paper, looks like I'm doing the thing, right? And I guess I am in some sense. The change that I want to continue to strive for and achieve is under the surface. To everyone else in my life, it's practically invisible. And it'll only show up to them later when those habits, routines, and new beliefs that I've adopted show themselves through my actions and the culmination of work, projects, and beyond. The reality, the unsexy reality, is that I have to do this each and every day. If I decide I want to get into a habit of journaling to think about life, philosophy, and beliefs, I have to do it every day. And I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna get it wrong. And that's the beauty of it. We keep trying anyways. We keep going and we do the work when no one is watching. That's what creates lasting change. Now, all of this to be said, having things that are comfortable and that make us feel safe and also provide a source of stress relief aren't inherently bad, right? For me, playing a fun video game or reading a good book aren't bad things, but I need to make sure that I'm not using them as escape mechanisms for the work that I truly want to do or to replace the work that I would be doing, right? There's a difference between relaxing after a long week versus playing video games every night instead of working on my YouTube channel or journaling or practicing Spanish. So I'm gonna start small, right? If we try to make a big change to our daily routines and lives overnight, usually it falls apart. It's the same reason why people usually fail New Year's resolutions. So I'm gonna try this instead. I'm gonna try introducing something simple and new each week. So an example of that is going to be journaling every morning before I start work. Another example is pushing myself to go to international meetups once a week to not only meet new people, but also to practice the language of Spain. These things aren't overwhelming, but they're good steps to create new behaviors and routines in my life that will ultimately shape the new identity that I am working on building. I guess I'll say this, moving to Spain didn't change who I am inherently. Sure, I changed my location. I live in a country where the primary language is Spanish and the culture is different, but that doesn't inherently change who I am. The real change that I'm looking for is going to happen through habits, routines, and examining my belief system. And this channel right here is how I'm going to hold myself accountable, by having people out there who see my story, see the journey, and see what I'm doing. So if this is interesting to you, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave comments below. And I will say, if you're interested in moving to a new country or just exploring the idea, I'll leave a link for a resource that might be useful for you. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the trail.